Let's try to understand that what goes behind a one soft skills training session, where a trainer really wants a session to be successful and a productive one, where a trainer really wants that his participants or her participants would feel like after done the session would feel like that, oh, they have learned something new from the trainer. And so and yes, to have a great impact on the participants. So let's try understand that what all those elements are there and how a trainer needs to prepare for one successful session, even the session is for half an hour or for 1 hour or for half a day or for entire day. Still, it becomes the responsibility of a trainer to make it a success. So yeah, here it goes. The first one is, let's talk about a myth. So myth is a trainer just comes to the training room, speaks randomly and abruptly anything, and just says anything, and then the session is over. So I want to make you understand that the training requires a lot of preparation, and specifically when it comes to a technical training or a soft skills trainer, both. Because the trainer is required to prepare so much so that any questions can be asked during the training program by the participants, and the trainer tries his or her best to answer that question or to respond to the participant, to give a response to the participant. So rather it becomes the responsibility of a trainer, and for that a trainer prepares a lot, be it understanding the industry he or she is giving a training to, or be it understanding, having the knowledge of the people's profile, their work profile. It becomes very important for any trainer to go prepared before even stepping into the training room. The second one is that how the trainer prepare the content, and it's not always about that copying it from the internet and delivering it as it is in the session, because the trainer, if the trainer wants the session to be successful and to be relevant when it comes to content wise, then a trainer is required to deliver a session which revolves around the real-time scenarios, which also should talk about the experiences. A trainer would have a real life experiences, anecdotes. That's how it becomes relevant, and that's how people would start, in those who are there in the training room, would start connecting with the trainer, and they will learn more when the trainer adds more of real-time scenarios, more of a life experiences, more of anecdotes, which is taken from the reality. That's where the people will start connecting with the trainer, and it's not always about copy-paste. Let's talk about the third one, where if there is any myth that the trainer just comes into the training room, and specifically for soft skills training, and he or she plays the game with the participants, then it's the only way to make it engaging, that there are fun quizzes and fun games. The truth is that it's not always about the games. Yeah, that is one element to make it engaging, but the other elements which can make the training engaging and can get the participants engaged in the session is when the trainer is developing the relevant case studies. Case studies should be based on the situations the people can relate to, can based on the situations from the profile they are working at, so that they can easily make it is easily relatable then, and it is easily engaging. Because on that, when a trainer develops the relevant case studies for them, they will keep on sharing their experiences. It will give them chance to talk about their work profile, their scenarios, and they will understand the topic in a best possible way. And that's how you can engage your participants as a trainer, if you are following that profession, and if you are one who is going to be a trainer. So just follow that engaging is not only about games or fun quizzes. Engaging is also about developing the case studies with the relevant work profile you are going to address the audience or the industry they are from. The fourth one is that if there is any myth that the soft skills training is all about that the trainer comes and imparts the lecture, it's just a one-way communication, then as a trainer it becomes a responsibility that how you can make it interactive. So the interaction should be done with the participants. It should not be restricted to a one-way communication cycle. It should rather explore the two-way communication in the training program, where a trainer is all given a chance to ask questions, to add the art of probing into it, which is again relevant to their industry, which is again relevant to the people you are addressing to their work scenarios. And that's how a trainer can make it more interactive and can give importance to two-way interaction. This is where the trainer will open the window of where we call it a scope of thought provoking. So once any trainer would ask questions, that will give a chance to people to think more, and then once they start thinking, or in the group if it's a brainstorming happening because you have asked a question as a trainer to participants, then they will respond, and that's how the two-way communication is happening, and it will make it more interactive. The fifth one is the solution based session. So in that, what it means is that if you are going to deliver a session, just try adding or integrating a few concepts which can help your participants in deriving the solution out of it. It's not should always be gyan and just you are telling about the causes, that how it works. It's just always about that, because people are here to attend the session, and specifically when we are talking about leaders and managers, the topics like conflict management, stress management, negotiation skills, analytical skills, they are here to learn some new concepts which they can actually apply at their workspaces. And that is why it is important to add certain solution based techniques into your programs, because they will be here in your session and they will understand that where this problem is coming from, why the conflict is there, but how to solve that conflict, how to solve that problem, how to make that decision. That becomes important for them, and that would create a great impact on your participants if you as a soft skills trainer would add solution based techniques into your program. So yes, these were certain elements I wanted to mention, that how the soft skills training can work for any trainer and can make it, these are the elements that may make your training program real successful and can be proven as a productive for your participants if you are a trainer, or if you're going to follow a training profession, or if you really want to step into a training program and just deliver the session. So I hope these 5 elements would work for you. Bye bye for now. Take care. Let's meet soon in the next video.